Okay. Well, then I will. Okay. We will remove that. Remove. Yes. Anyway, my friends, welcome to Wednesday Night Live here on Mike Avery Outdoors. My name is Mike Avery. Glad to have you along with us. Something I do every Wednesday night on the YouTube channel, on my Facebook page, on Vimeo, and I was trying to go to my LinkedIn as well. Got some friends along with us tonight. Good evening, Mike. How are you? Richard, nice to have you along with us. Jim checking in from Tennessee. Galveston, Texas checking in as well. Where are you? Where did Galveston go? There we are. There's Galveston. Hello, John. Nice to have you along with us on another edition of a Wednesday Night Live. My name is, it's Captain Todd. Randy's along with us. John Roby. John was on the radio show today. We recorded it today for air this weekend. Always nice to talk to John. John runs charters for salmon and trout under the Big Mac Bridge. How cool is that? Lisa's along with us. Bill's along with us. Matthew's along with us. Johnny Cash Trevino as well. Johnny, enjoy your music. Hello, Jeff. How are you? Jeff says, good evening, Captain. Louis says, good evening, Captain Avery. Yes, indeed, I am Captain Avery. That's not what I'm going to hang my hat on, though. I think Brad is done working for the day. He works at a dairy farm, so he's done milking for the day. Dennis checking in from Forest Lake. Dennis, nice to have you along with us as well. This is Wednesday Night Live on Mike Avery Outdoors. Art says he's ready for the weather to cool down. I am as well. I'm just ready for the wind to quit blowing. I've got to take some people out fishing Friday night and Saturday as well. So I'm looking for the wind to die down. Mike says, what did he say right here? I want to show you that. He says the catfish are doing good up on the Saginaw Bay, but 4 kids had a blast catching them. Sounds like a riot. Now I got to find there we go. I love to be able to show these. Michigan native watching from Tennessee. Corey, nice to have you along with us. John said, it's cool that I did it. It definitely opens your eyes to boat etiquette. And he's talking about the charter class. It certainly does. Holly says she works with my wife. Well, Holly, I think my wife is still at work. Tell her to come home. Anyway, my name is Mike Avery, and this is Wednesday Night Live. What is that, sister? My grandson limited out Lake St. Clair last weekend. We got a limit on Saginaw Bay last Friday. Went back out Monday and got 10. Jason Gasta along with, hey, Jason, things are getting back to normal at Trinity. In fact, we have a voters meeting Monday night. On this edition of Wednesday Night Live, we're going to give away a couple of things. We're going to give away some freaking pickles. These are my freaking pickles, but they're almost gone, as you can see. And we're going to give away the Lumberjack is opening back up. Very cool. We're going to give away some Speedy Blaze as well. So hang tight. We're going to have some giveaways. Brian, good evening. How are you? Mike, that's very interesting. Mike says he saw an ad that the Lumberjack restaurant is opening back up. That's very interesting because when the Lumberjack opens back up and when Oscar and Joey's opens back up, we're going to do a couple of Wednesday Night Live shows in person to help these restaurants out that have been hurting for so long. So we will do that very soon as people feel comfortable so we can get enough crew in there. Todd says they've been limiting out every night on SCR, which is the St. Clair River. LSC is Lake St. Clair. I heard you're not hunting in White River this year. Supposed to be there myself. Why are you not going? I missed my comments. Jonathan, not going because our guy up there, Ron St. Louis, has canceled his trips. I would go if we can, but Ron has canceled his trips because of all the everything surrounding COVID and such a hassle it's going to be to get in there and back out. So Ron canceled his trips, and I respect him completely. But I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed, though, but I'm going hunting with this guy right here, Johnny Bowler. Johnny, I put in for the third season as my first choice. I'm just about guaranteed. So I will be hunting with you at the end of September, and I could not be more excited. Mike says Indiana's open for haircuts. I don't think I need one, Mike, but that's good to know. Craig says Evinrude just shutting down. Thought it cannot compete with 4-strokes and maybe working on electric outboard motor. They were having problems before the whole COVID situation hit them, Craig. Craig, when's the last time you were on the bay, by the way? I'm looking for a fishing report. This week's Outdoor Magazine radio show. This is Wednesday Night Live on Mike Avery Outdoors, but this thing right here, Outdoor Magazine Radio, is how this kind of all got started. John Roby is my opening guest this week. Dave says they're ready for both Oscar and Joey's and the Lumberjack. Lori says she's a little bit late. She was multitasking. Lori, always nice to have you along with us. John Roby is my opening guest on the show this week, and he's talking about fishing for salmon and trout under the Big Mac Bridge, the Straits of Mackinac, off Mackinac Island. How cool is that? And then Captain Jeff Godey checks in with a fishing report from Saginaw Bay. Also, the water conditions. He says they're clearing up nicely, especially on the west side of the bay. I'm seeing the east side is still a little bit dirty, but no matter where you go on Saginaw Bay, you got to be watching for debris, junk, logs floating out there, sometimes just below the surface. So if you have a chop, it's really hard to see them. So keep your eyes open out there. In hour number 2, we got some new folks along with us. Not new. Randy's with us here a lot. Good evening, Randy. How are you? Right. Andy's. What is Andy's? Johnny, what is Andy's? Help me out. I don't know what Andy's is. Local restaurant? Lori says she's ready for the Lumberjack and Oscar and Joey. So am I. Hey, Lori, congrats. There's a picture right there of your first springtime turkey. Lori, congrats on that. That's quite an accomplishment because you spend much of your time trying to get other people turkeys. So the fact that you got that bird is very, very cool. In hour number 2, I'm talking to a guy here that I've never talked with before. His name is Benjamin Haight. He runs Haight's Wanderings Guide Service. He's up in the far western UP. And he fishes inland. He fishes rivers for smallies, brookies, pike, and muskies. It's a very interesting conversation. I enjoyed it. Then Ian Fitzgerald of MUCC joins me to talk about some proposals to better regulate or better license our Michigan hunting guides and our inland fishing guides. And in hour number 3, Eric Schnell of QDMA talking about some concerns that he has. Andy's Cine Bar. Let's talk about that, Andy or Johnny. Let's talk about that. That might be very interesting. Can I get a Wi-Fi? Can I get a good Wi-Fi signal out of there? Because that's what I need. A good cell signal or a good Wi-Fi signal is what I need. And of course, at the end of hour number 3, Wild Game Chef Extraordinaire Dave Miner wraps it all up. And also, I did a offshore tackle podcast today too. In 2 minutes, is Sherry here? Sherry or Ed Bolanowski. If either one of those folks is here, check in and we'll do our first giveaway of the evening. Scott Keatsman's son, Evan, repaired the 38-inch pike mount. He did an excellent job, worked on it start to finish, pick to follow. I will look forward to that, Richard. I did not know that Evan was following in his dad, Scott Keatsman's footsteps as a taxidermist. Sherry Harpham or Ed Bolanowski, if you're here, please check in. Sherry is, Lori says, very good, very good. So what we'll do, our first giveaway is give away some Speedy Blaze. Now, you will win 2 of these that are full. This one I pulled out of our refrigerator, so it's not full. Hi, Sherry. I see you there now. Oh, yeah, Johnny. So the tower is right down the street, and they have Wi-Fi. Hey, Tom. How are you? Well, Johnny, what we'll have to do is I'll have to look at a calendar, but if I'm going to be up there on a Wednesday night, we should do a Wednesday night live from there. Billy says Andy's does have good service. Well, that might be kind of fun. I know, Sherry. Full is better. When I bought them, they were full. All right. Let's start this first giveaway this week. We are going to give away 2 of these containers of freaking pickles. They will be full, unlike this one. All you have to do is start right now. You've got 3 minutes to make your comments on why you want to win some freaking pickles. Make them good comments, make them creative, make them tasteful. Sherry Harpham is standing by, and she will pick this week's winner. And then coming up a little bit later, we'll give away a couple packages of Speedy Blaze as well. So hey, Ross, how are you? So make your comments right now on why you want to win 2 containers of freaking pickles, freakingpickles.com. Sherry Harpham is standing by, and she will pick this week's winner. Make your comments creative, make them tasteful, make them fun, and you will get a chance to enjoy some very, very tasty freaking pickles. I noticed that, ham and cheese sandwich sold in Neiman's up north. Wonder if they sold Neiman's in St. Clair. Don't know the answer to that. Never had them. Would like to try them. Sure do look tasty. Yes, they are. Pickles. No, what's the one I'm trying to find here? That one. Nope. There we go. Pickles are cucumbers' smart sibling. Can I have some, please? That's a pretty good comment there, Art. I do notice our numbers are down here a little bit compared to a few weeks ago. A few weeks ago, before it started to get nice out, and everybody was stuck at home because of the COVID stuff, our numbers were very, very high. It only makes sense now that as we get into some nice weather and things are opened up a little bit, our numbers are going to go down a little bit. But I would encourage you to let folks know what we're doing here. This video will stay on my Facebook page and my YouTube channel and on Vimeo, and you can watch it later. Tell your friends about it later as well. So I had thought about moving it back to 8 o'clock, but that's, I think, just getting too late. So we're going to keep it at 7 o'clock. Favorite sandwich, peanut butter and dill pickle, Bernie. And here's what I want to see right here. The freaking hype. There is a lot of freaking hype about these things because Sherry Harpham and Ted Harpham are very, very good at promoting things. We got 1 minute left for the freaking pickles. 1 minute left for you to win 2 full containers of freaking pickles here on If I were a celebrity, I've had pickles in my dressing room. Pick me, Scott says. 30 seconds. Rob Harvey had some hot pickles. They were great. These are the hot ones. These are the flamin' dill ones. I can't even eat these. They're so hot. 20 seconds. 20 seconds to make your comments on why you want to win 2 full containers of freaking pickles, freakingpickles.com. Yeah, Dawn, you can order on the Facebook page. If you don't win tonight, Dawn, you can order on the Facebook page, but maybe you'll win tonight. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Contest is over. Sherry Harpham, do your magic, my dear. Pick the winner of this week's freaking pickles. Rob was smart. He turned the volume down. So, Rob, what is the mood there in White River since you're not going to have all these bear hunters coming in this year? I mean, that's a lot of money not coming into the town. We're not going to see you guys. I think we've all become friends over the years. It's kind of sad. Dawn won something last week, and I forgot to mention this. That's my mistake. I forgot to mention if you won something within the last 2 weeks, please don't enter again. And Dawn won something last week, I believe. So that's my fault. I recognize the name, Dawn. Did you win something? Your name came up recently, and I'm thinking you won something. Not that you're not eligible now. That was my mistake. So, Dawn, you did win. But, Dawn, what did you win last week? So remind me, my friends. Dawn says, pick another person. Dawn, okay, Sherry. Dawn did win. So, Sherry, it's back on you. Pick another person. Dawn, thank you for that. And please remind me next week, my friends, when we do giveaways, that to say something about if you've won in the last 2 weeks. Yes, she is lucky, but Sherry picked somebody else. Thank you, Dawn, for that. I appreciate it. Dawn took herself out of the running. What a stand-up thing to do. Yes, Dawn and Jeff, because Jeff won 2 weeks in a row, too. Well, Michael, she gave him up. So Sherry's going to pick another one here. Pick me another one, Sherry. Sherry, pick Ross. Ross says, Sherry, pick Ross. And that's Ross saying, Sherry, pick Ross. Johnny, we got a little side conversation here. Johnny saying, hi, Ross. How you doing, buddy? Derek Wetters. No reason to be sorry, Sherry. That was my mistake. Derek Wetters. Derek Wetters is the winner of this week's Freakin' Pickles. 2 containers of Freakin' Pickles. FreakinPickles.com. Thank you, Sherry Harpin, for that. Rob says they're pretty busy up there. All right, a couple of other things I want to talk about. Oh, hey, this week's Ask Avery segment. I had a guy named Bob Strayman ask me why I don't like night crawlers, because, I always make a joke about not using night crawlers to troll for walleye. I always say I would rather not catch fish than catch them with night crawlers. Bob Strayman sends me an email to Mike at MikeAveryOutdoors.com. He says, hey, Mike, I hear you talk about how you don't like night crawlers for walleye fishing. I think I've even heard you say you'd rather not catch a fish than use crawlers. Why is that? Is it because they're messy, or is there another reason? He says, we catch a lot of fish on night crawlers. In fact, it's my favorite bait. I think you should give them a try sometime. Bob, all right, Johnny, have a good night. Bob, it's mostly a joke. I mean, I understand that night crawlers are very, very effective, and you can catch a lot of fish on night crawlers. I understand that. I also understand that if you don't like the mess, which I don't, you can wash them off. You can rinse them off before you take them on the boat. I didn't check the mail today, Ross, but I will. But I don't like trolling slow. I don't like trolling at like 1.3 miles an hour. I'd rather be out there trolling at 2.5, 2.8, even 3 miles an hour to cover some water. And people said, Avery, you're being an elitist. You're discriminating. You're being an elitist against by people who won't run night crawlers. Why is it that everybody's looking to get so upset these days? I know night crawlers catch fish. I just don't like them. And yes, I would rather not catch fish than use them on than run them on and catch them on night crawlers. Buddy of mine last week, Tony, said, before we figured out where the fish were, he said, if we were running night crawlers, we'd have a limit right now. Well, it turns out we did get a limit. We caught them on flicker shads, 25 to 40 feet back in 10 to 14 feet of water on Saginaw Bay. And he talked to somebody there at the marina who was running night crawlers in shallow. And they all they caught was one walleye and a bunch of sheephead and catfish. Craig says, if you want to fish crawlers, you can fish with you tomorrow, or we can just use flicker shads. I am going to fish Friday night. I have to take a group out, and then Saturday I have to take a group out as well. I might sneak out there during the day for a couple of hours on Saturday, just to make sure I can find some fish, because it makes me nervous when people pay to go fishing with me through these auctions, these charity auctions. I feel a certain amount of responsibility to find them fish. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Did you apply for your Michigan bear tag, your Michigan bear and elk tag, by the way? If not, you still have the option of applying for the Pure Michigan hunt. As I was saying earlier, I applied for the 3rd season in the Newberry District Bear Management Unit. I think it starts September 25th. It runs to through October 26th. Johnny Bowler will be my 2.7 to 3.0 for Rattle Tots, John says. I love Rattle Tots, John. In that skinny, dirty water that I like to fish, I only run baits with rattles. Lori said she got hers in, and she bought a few Pure Michigan hunts as well. I bought 8 chances. So I spent $5 on my bear tag. I spent $5 on my elk tag, bull only. And then I thought, well, there's $10 there. I'll put in 8 for the Pure Michigan hunt. So I spent $50. And I still think sometime I might win the Pure Michigan hunt, but I'll never get an elk tag. Just through the drawing. I never. Okay. Mike says he's got to go. He's got to he clean his new Keltec PM30 for tomorrow, just in case it gets dicey here in Cairo. Something going on in Cairo I don't know about. Do you have a big protest planned in Cairo tomorrow, Mike? How do you like that Keltec, by the way? Ross, it says you're oldest and biggest. How old was that bear then? Tell me. Ross Elliott, I did not see your post. How old was that bear? By the way, Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, Crystal Light. You know I love that. Ed Bolanowski, are you here tonight, buddy? I know. You're headed in the house for the night. Well, Kevin, you can watch me in the house, you know. 9 years old, Ross. How old is that in human years? Ed is with us. All right, Ed Bolanowski of Speedy Blaze, speedyblaze.com. This is what Speedy Blaze is. It is a replacement for wood because it's made from real wood, but it's weather resistant. It's water resistant. You can cook over it. You can put it in your campfire. You can put it in your fireplace. I did. I found this, Ed. I found this at the forward station at M84 and I-75 at the Saginaw Bay County line. And so I picked up a couple of them. You can win 2 of these tonight, my friends. Speedyblaze.com. Really, a protest in Bad Axe 2. Linda, you say better late than never. Linda, it doesn't matter. We're just glad to have you along with us. John Cook. John Cook is really old, Ross. Really, really old. Yes, but Dawn is not eligible. Thank you for that reminder, Kevin. Dawn, you're not eligible to win this Speedy Blaze. Speedy Blaze is a great Michigan-based company. You know I love that. You can win 2 of these sump pump problems. Ooh. 2 of these because Ed Bolanowski and the crew at Speedy Blaze are very, very generous. I think you're giving away 2, Ed. In fact, I just committed you to it. Dennis says Hottentots are his go-to lure. I get that. For many, many years, that's all we ran were Hottentots on Saginaw Bay, and they still catch fish. Ross Elliott will tell you his favorite walleye bait is in shallow water is a purple rattling Hottentot. And I still run them, but flicker shads. Oh, and I bought a whole bunch of them today. I should have brought them down to show you. Martin, how are you this evening, my friend? And a can koozie. I stopped it. I like to buy at Jay's Sporting Goods whenever I can, but I needed some more flicker shads, and Jay's was out of my way. So I stopped in a store in Saginaw and bought quite a few of them. So now I have some new colors to try out on the bay here the next time out. Some different colors that I haven't run before, but I love flicker shads because they usually run very true, very straight, and they rattle. 2 things that I like. Doug, can you play? Yes, Doug, you can play. You can play our Speedy Blaze giveaway, which we're going to start in 1 minute. So get ready. In 1 minute, we'll give away 2 packages of Speedy Blaze. You can use them in your fire pit. You can use them in your fireplace. You can use them in your grill. You could use them on your patio. You can cook over them. Elliot. Well, first of all, Elliot, it's not Father's Day yet. So did you get them early or did you get them last year? Elliot says he got his dad $300 in flicker shads for Father's Day. You're a good son, Elliot. How is the debris on the bay? Patrick, I was saying earlier that it's not as bad as it was a couple of weeks ago, but you still got to keep your eyes open. There's a lot of logs. There are a lot of trees. There's a lot of junk. And a lot of this stuff floats just below the surface. So if you get any kind of a chop at all, you can't see it. So you got to keep your eyes open. All right. If you didn't win in the last 2 weeks, you can start your comments right now about why you want to win 2 packages of these Speedy Blaze and a koozie, can koozie. My group, Michigan Crossbow Hunters, is having a fishing getaway. South Haven, June 27th, my birthday, by the way, targeting Kings, Cohos, and Lakers. Well, happy birthday to me. Make your comments about Speedy Blaze. Ed Bolanowski is standing by, and he will pick that winner here in just a couple of minutes. Speedy Blaze would go well with your Maker's Mark. Jason, you're singing my song. What is a great way to light my fire? Speedy Blaze, Ace says. Dennis McDonald says, Ace, you'll see his name here is Dennis McDonald. We call him Ace, and we've called him Ace for 40 years. Well, 43 years. Went to college with Ace at Ferris, back when it was Ferris State College. Now, obviously, university. Maker's Mark. I love Maker's Mark. I kind of gave up beer, but recently I've developed a taste for Maker's Mark and Crystal Light here in my Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation jug. Happy to see eyes on the AQ, Brian says. Happy to show you eyes from the AQ. The AQ being the Angler Quest. A boat that I absolutely love. All right, 1 minute on the Speedy Blaze. 1 minute on the Speedy Blaze. If you would like to win some Michigan-made Speedy Blaze, you got about 1 minute to do that. And then Ed Bolanowski is going to pick the winner. Martin says Speedy Blaze is a great product for a bonfire now that our state is open. I see restaurants are open. Isn't this exciting? We're starting to get back to some kind of semblance of normalcy. I think that's great. Talking to John Roby from Chase and Tail Charter in Mackinac City for the show this week, and he said the traffic up there at the dock and the marina has been very, very slow. He said it's starting to pick up now. So how wonderful is that? 20 seconds on the Speedy Blaze. This is an interesting comment. Don't have a ton of fire for fire, so Speedy Blaze would speed it up. It sounds like a wonderful product. It is a wonderful product. It is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your uncle went to Ferris. I think I remember you telling me that, Lori, that your uncle went there when it was just a college. So your uncle's old too then. Buffalo Wild Wings. Are they open? Martin, I saw they were opening. Ben Consitis of Michigan Whitetail Pursuits, a great guy. James checking in from Six Lakes. I should try Maker's Mark and iced tea. I should, and I will. But I really like the taste of Maker's Mark and Crystal Light. Speedy Blaze would be a lot better than the fire. Would they sell at the campground? Absolutely. Ed Bolanowski, we are waiting for your winner chicken dinner. Don't pick Jeff. He's won recently. And coming up here in the next month or so, I'm not gonna nail it down. I'm not gonna talk about a specific date. Lori went there when it was at a university. You're just a young kid. John Grzibik. John, you are the winner. John Grzibik is the winner of Speedy Blaze. John, you will be winning 2 of these. And Speedy Blaze koozie as well. So the winners tonight, if you would send me in a private message, send me your contact info, your shipping address, and I will pass this along to the powers that be, and they will get you your Speedy Blaze and your freaking pickles. Mike went to where I bet you when you went there, it was college though, wasn't it, Mike? I bet it was. Give a Maker's Mark giveaway next week. I don't think we'll be doing that. I'm going to call it a little bit early tonight, because I think I have a date with my wife. I think she's home from work, and now that we can actually go out and do something. But I want to spend about 5 more minutes here. So tell me what it is that you want to talk about I've talked about my fishing stories. I've talked about my bear hunting. Chris checking in from Kansas. How are things in Kansas, Chris? What do you want to talk about? You've asked me about how the water looks on Saginaw Bay. And it's getting better. What is this right here? This is, Gordon says, 40 to 50 turkeys regularly in the yard, Stanwood. Have not seen one since the season began. The alpha has to be 60 pounds. He's got to be 4 feet tall. That is a big bird. And why is it that turkeys can be so dumb when you're not hunting them and then get so smart afterwards? We got a lot of Ferris people here. Jason's dad graduated from Ferris. Brian says he's only been to Ferris to visit the Card Wildlife Education Center. Card being named, if I remember right, after Lori's dad or granddad. How cool is that? Ross says, I have to set up a time for us to get out fishing. Yes, Ross, we have to. Ross Elliott, Nick Grillo, Brent James, and who was your fourth guy who put in on the Real Men Wear Pink? Is Lori says it was her Uncle Roger. What about the Edenville and Sanford rebuild? Good question, Gilbert. That is not just the $64,000 question. That could be the $64 million question. Glenn Venner, thank you, Ross. There are a lot of rumors. There's a lot of talk about if they will be rebuilt. If so, who's going to rebuild them? But nobody really knows. And the people who know are not talking. Ed, no, my boat is not still in Linwood. After it became clear that I could take the... I didn't know that. After it became clear that I didn't have to worry about the water, I took it back to the mouth of the river. Disappointed in the pheasant release not happening this year. What's going on, Elliot? I didn't know anything about that. Jeff says he's tried freaking pickles, easily the best. He'd recommend them to anyone. Let's talk about high water and respecting no wake zones. Well, I think we should respect no wake zones during any water, but especially during high water, right? I mean, it's just, well, for one thing, it's illegal. You can get ticketed for blasting through a no wake zone. But it's rude to the people who are docked there and the people who live in those areas. There, Glenn's here with us. Glenn, I had a mental block here, buddy. I couldn't think of your name. How could I not? I could see your face, but I couldn't think of your name. That's what happens when you get older. How's the fishing for you this summer, Glenn? Glenn, we're talking about getting you guys out, the trip that you guys paid for the Real Men Wear Pink campaign, which I thought was so nice that all you guys did that, because any one of you can go fishing with me free anytime you want. And you guys ponied up a couple $1,000, more than that, to go fishing with me. It was great. So I appreciate that. Wildcard Outdoor Adventures. Lori does a wonderful job. Wildcardoutdoors.com. Where are we talking about, Mike? I missed that part of the conversation. Where are you talking about that the Indian netting was so bad? I saw an MUCC post about it. Not sure, not full of not sure the full details yet. I got it. Oh, Bay to knock. Okay, gotcha. Wonderful, Linda. Wonderful. Yeah, what you guys did was awesome, Ross. Little Bay. Fishing has been really cool, really good, Glenn Venner says. Cannot wait to hang out with all of you. Going to be a blessed day. It will. It'll be a great day. So, guys, let's go ahead and let's set that date. Let's go ahead and lock that in if we can, as much as Mother Nature will allow. Let's set a tentative date when we can go, because actually my fishing schedule of people that I want to get out there is filling up fast. I'm going to take care of 2 of them this weekend. Friday night, we're doing a fishing trip / river cruise. And then Saturday morning, I've got what could well be an all-day fishing excursion out in the bay. Jeff has been fishing the Escanaba. 2 weeks ago, some guys coming in so fast the wake was washing up over the walkways to the fishing platforms. No excuse. You're right, Jeff. There is no excuse. Just think about other people. Be a little bit more courteous, right? How was the fishing on the Escanaba, by the way? Were you fishing in the moonlight too? I couldn't resist. All right, my friends, I usually take these about 45 minutes. I'm going to wrap this one up about 10 minutes early tonight. Mike, I have not taken out the church ladies, but the group that I'm taking out Friday night is a group of church people. And the group that I'm taking Saturday is a group that won the trip through our Trinity Monitor Wild Game Dinner. So it's not the church ladies, but they're people from the church. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate that. Always appreciate it. Am I going to be... Glenn has an interesting question. Are you going to do the boat side Bay City fireworks this year? For one, they canceled the Bay City fireworks. Glenn, I saw this yesterday. They canceled the Bay City fireworks because of the whole COVID fear. And even if they were having it, I will not take my boat into the mess that is the Bay City fireworks. Just makes me too nervous. I'm uncomfortable. I just don't like it. Jeff says the fishing on the Escanaba was good. Perch and pike. Excellent. Yeah, they canceled. Well, so look at so many, Glenn, look at so many things that were canceled this year. Walleye for Warriors was canceled. Bay City fireworks, so many other things. All right, my friends, listen, tell your friends, if you would, about Wednesday Night Live here on Mike Avery Outdoors. Elliot says, how do you set up your boards? How far back do you set? Elliot, what I like to do is I run the offshore OR12 boards. I run the black snapper releases on the front and the OR18s, the little red clips on the back. I do not release my boards. I bring them in and then I take them off. Yes, Dennis, check out StreamYard.com. When I'm fishing shallow, like 10 feet or so, I'll run the flicker sheds back anywhere from 25 to 40 feet. When we get out deeper, which I don't like to do, get her out around 20 feet, and I don't like fishing that deep. The other day, we were running back 125 feet, which I don't like because you're just asking for tangles. Yeah, please share the video as well. What do they say on YouTube? Please like and subscribe when they point to these little things going on. I'm not going to ask you to do that. But I figured out a way to take... And Elliot, I'll run 3 boards on a side, 4 if I can, almost always flicker shads, sometimes Hottentots, and occasionally, and I'm getting away from this now, lead core with spoons. I have not done that as much. So I figured out a way using StreamYard to go live on Facebook, on YouTube, on Vimeo, and I thought I was sending it to my LinkedIn page as well, but it turns out I have not been authorized to do that yet, so I can't quite do that yet. But it'd be cool. All right, friends, thank you for joining me. You can always reach me. Send me an email to mike@mikeaveryoutdoors.com. Question for the Ask Avery segment. Comments, gripes, criticisms, that's fine. I'll field them all. And my website is mikeaveryoutdoors.com. That is the clearinghouse for all things Mike Avery Outdoors and Outdoor Magazine Radio. Glenn runs inline weights, 1 ounce, 25 feet of water. Only have to go back 50 foot or less. Are you running crawlers, though? Yes, Lori, check out StreamYard. I should get a cut from StreamYard. I'm promoting this. I'm paying to use StreamYard. They should be giving me a cut for promotion. StreamYard.com. It's really slick. That's what I'm doing right now. That's what it's allowing me to make these banners. And I don't know why. Like this one is somewhat, you can see through it somewhat, and this one you can't. You shouldn't be able to see through either one of them. It allows me to bring in guests. It allows me to put up these banners. It allows me to post my own comments like this. Now, why I would want to do that, I'm not quite sure, because I can reach you just by talking to you, but it's an option, right? Hide it. Hey, Kevin, how are you? You're late to the party, but we're glad you're here. All right, my friends, that's going to wrap up this edition of Wednesday Night Live. Congrats to our winners tonight. If you have not already sent me your contact info, please do so. I will pass it along to Ed Bolanowski of Speedy Blaze, speedyblaze.com, and Sherry Harpum of Freakin' Pickles, freakinpickles.com. And visual aids would be great. What do you have in mind, Casey? Because I can do just about anything with this. I'm just finding new ways to utilize it. All right, my friends, have a good night. Thank you for joining me on this edition of Wednesday Night Live. Tell your friends about it. Share the video. And have a good night. We'll talk to you again right here on Mike Avery Wednesday Night Live here on Mike Avery Outdoors.